If I see it at the grocery store, where would I find it?
You're probably not going to see it in like a Publix,
Okay.
but you will see it in Whole Foods. You'll see it in Lucky's.
Okay, so go to Whole Foods or like
Yeah, you'll see it in. I have not seen it in Trader Joe's. I have looked. I didn't see it. There are 3 Whole Foods in town.
Okay.
Lee Road,
I'm
Altamont.
assuming Chamberlain's, yes?
Chamberlain's does have it.
Okay.
Chamberlain's does have it. Chamberlain's is a new one right on East Colonial.
Oh, that's
It's got
green beans?
No green beans. That's broccoli. Broccoli. Broccoli, sweet potato, and onion. They got sauteed in a big omelet pan. And then spelt got cooked separately. And then you had sweet potatoes. Well, you rice. You boil the water, you put it in, you cover it. It takes a lot longer than rice. I mean, it's about 20, 25 minutes. It is 12 o'clock.
Oh, it is.
We're having coffee now.
From the extension center, I just got.
This is yummy. I like this.
I think
It's delicious.
No, I did. I wrote it.
Okay, I see.
My legs are
You didn't get it.
You walk faster than I do. I'll check my email. It might go to my spam folder.
Yes, you said you were going to a class some cooking class today.
Oh, this is it. This
Oh, she said over across the street.
question. But Sharon and I are starting to go to Monday at 11 to yoga class. Yeah.
Okay, no.
I love that lady because she's Japanese and she does aromatherapy.
I have been in her class many times, yes, I love it after class.
Right.
And I've already opened up the one.
Everybody enjoying it? Okay?
Very,
Good?
very delicious.
Yes, I'm
What's your dessert?
I don't know.
It's special deals if you can have
French
the
vanilla and
You know, I pretty much stopped completely doing anything with oil. And I'm not saying that coconut and olive oil doesn't have health properties. I'm not denying it.
Yeah.
But they don't have skinny properties.
That's right.
And you could be healthy, like avocados, for example. Avocados are a very healthy food. In fact, they have very, if any, bad part. They help your skin, they lower your cortisol for stress.
Yeah.
But one has like 400 calories. So it's okay to eat them, but you gotta be careful.
Moderation.
There are 5 skinny foods, though, that you can eat to your heart's content.
Smell.
Spelt is not one of them.
There's no end in there.
Apples are one,
Oh, I love apples.
eggs are another, almonds are another,
Everything, I'm doing great.
salmon is another,
I like all this food.
and tomatoes is the other.
Why tomatoes?
Because tomatoes will not make you fat, no matter how many of them you eat.
Tomatoes make you fat?
No, they will not.
Everything
They
you
will
said
not.
I liked, some.
Those are, honest to goodness, those are 5 skinny foods. And why I call them skinny foods is that you get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. We've all done it. And even if it's not a hunger pang, it's an emotional hunger. You're stressed about something, and you're going to eat.
Do
Eat
you
one
have
of
a preferred apple that's healthier than something?
You know, it's just my taste. You know, I actually, when it's in season, go and eat an Asian pear instead. Because the Asian pears are delicious.
Asian pears are
The,
good.
the avocado olive oil is very good.
Yeah, olive oil is healthy. But what I found is I was using the oil
So what is
just
this?
to make the stuff
What
not
is
stick.
it? What is it?
Sweet potato, mushroom, broccoli,
Onions, spelt.
Yum.
berries.
It's yum.
But you know, with those coconut aminos, like for example, you're cooking eggs and you have a no-stick pan. If you use the coconut amino, lemon lime juice, and if it was for me, I put hot sauce. So there's 4 wet things. So it's not going to stick. So I don't use the oil because the oil I found I was just using to make it not stick.
Well, I learned something about, and this sounds incredible, you learn something new about boiling eggs. But I learned if you put vinegar in, they get done faster.
Well, I also, I forgot, I do the apple cider
Yeah.
vinegar. I do
Apple
it.
cider
Yeah,
vinegar,
I
that's
do that, and that's
exactly
in
what they
this.
used.
That is
Yeah.
in this, I didn't bring that, but that's in here.
And I like coleslaw made with apple cider also, that's really good,
I just don't do coleslaw because
yeah.
I don't do mayonnaise.
Oh, well, you leave the mayonnaise
I don't
out.
choose mayonnaise.
Yeah, you use other things.
Now, I like hummus, but I don't like chickpeas because chickpeas have too many carbs, so I started taking lentils
Oh,
and grinding them up into paste. And I make, and then everything else like tahini, all the same stuff that's in hummus, but I just, instead of the chickpeas, I use the lentils. And now you have
Tried Baba Ganoush.
triple the
You
protein,
must have a,
triple the fiber,
Yeah.
and about half the carbs.
you must have a good grinder though,
Yeah.
because
I do.
they're hard as rock.
Well, no, but I cook them first.
Oh,
I cook them
of
first.
course, okay. I
You
missed
cook
that
them
part.
first, and then you
Spit on my
don't, then
sweaty
you
head.
take them at once.
Yeah, of course, okay, that's what you mean, I missed that part. You
I
know,
do use the grinder for the lemons and limes, because I put lemon juice and lime juice pretty much in everything. And I don't buy the juice already made, I buy big bags of lemons and big bags of limes.
You know what Baba Ganoush is?
I do know what bubble juice, got eggplant in it.
It's better for you than chickpeas.
Well, I don't do chickpeas.
That's
But
what I
bubble
mean.
juice is eggplant, right? It's got
Oh, the
eggplant.
beans, you prefer red beans over black beans?
How much
You know, I don't do beans either. I don't. The only bean I do, and I do it very sparingly, is kidney beans.
kidney beans?
I'm not a bean guy,
Oh,
you know.
really?
You know, I found that there's a certain, carbs can be the enemy as we get our age.
And you
That's
think
true.
red
I'm
and
catching
black
up to you
are?
guys, I'm gonna be 58 in 2 months, so I'm getting up there.
That's
So
good.
baby.
you have to,
You're
so
still.
you do need carbs.
Yes.
So you've gotta be selective, and so when I look at rice, lentils, all those kind of things, rice is not good for you, so I first went to quinoa, and then I discovered spelt, because spelt I like better,
That's
and it's
you
much
sure
healthier
you
than,
did it?
so that, and then lentils as well. So I don't need the beans, because I do a lot of lentils and a lot of spelt.
Yeah, here comes one of my partners.
Oh, joy!
Hey! Oh boy, I should have made more.
Well, I ate a lot, I shouldn't have taken it so much.
That's okay.
Nathan less.
What I'm gonna do next time, I'm gonna make
I think I need to
a
do
variety of this, and then I'm gonna make something else with it. I'm gonna make 2 things.
Okay,
You know,
so
you guys have
I'm sorry,
never
back
had
to
the-
these lentils. I know you didn't go much with beans, but you just boil up the lentils.
I cook
You
them.
grind
Yeah.
them, and then what do you put in it?
You need to make the hummus?
The hummus, yeah, because
The
I
same,
usually do
I
lentil soup.
got a recipe for hummus, because I had never made hummus, and it has tahini and some
Just
other stuff.
olive oil is all it is.
And I do use a little olive oil.
Yeah.
I do everything that the normal recipe would do, except instead of chickpeas, I do lentils.
Oh, okay, so you do.
Everything else is the same. And it really doesn't taste that different than you're eating hummus, it's just better for you. I
Yes,
mean,
exactly.
you know, lentils have an enormous amount of protein.
Wow, and they have.
And great fiber, I mean-
I've never had it as a dip.
They have
I've
black
only done it
lentils.
as a soup, so this is, you're talking about a dip to scoop.
Right, just,
Wow, yeah,
just
I've
like the
never-
chips and,
Yeah,
you know, even though my mom and dad were not Mexican, I must have Mexican blood in me, because I love chips and salsa. I do. I love real hot salsa, that's healthy, it's just tomatoes. And, you know, I buy those Benito's chips, the bean chips, but,
yummy.
what I do now is I take I find the biggest cucumber I can find. I skin it, and then I chop it, and those are my chips. And that's what I use for the sauce.
What? You did what? Say that again?
I take it off a cucumber.
Oh.
Okay.
Ugh.
You don't like cucumbers? Okay, if you don't like
Oh, you're
cucumbers,
so
it
good.
won't work.
Oh my God.
But I use the
I put them on my
cucumbers,
eyes.
take all the skin off. I use one of those things I can peel,
Right.
and then I chop it into slices, and those are my chips.
Cool.
And then I use that with salsa.
Very nice.
Much healthier.
You can do that with parents. You can do it with
And that deviates a little bit from Mexican, but.
So what is the best dessert that is calorie conscious?
You
Other
know,
than an apple.
Yeah, you got
I don't do, you know, I think that you have to figure out a way to,
Okay.
you wanna live.
Yeah.
But, you know, your core, your midsection is really your lifeline.
That's your life.
It is, because whether you're male or female, it happens to males more, but when you start accumulating fat there, it leads to an enormous amount of disease, a bunch of them, that are all preventable. Type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular issues, and it's all something we can control.
Oh, God, we should be eating with you every lunch.
But the point is, delicious and nutritious are not mutually exclusive. You can have both. Like, this is very delicious, and there's nothing in it.
I changed my question. Is there such a thing as a healthy dessert?
Yes. You can take like fruit.
Yes.
You can take like fruit.
Okay, fruit.
Okay.
Cheese,
And
can you have cheese?
I don't do dairy.
You
So
don't do dairy. Okay.
now one thing I do. Now you might not like this. I love. You got to search for the one you like. Almond butter. And
I do
I
like
Yes.
almonds.
and I get it.